some Lightning Hopkins for you tonight. My name is Francesca, and I am so excited and honored to be joined here in the studio with my dear friend Lua Hadar. Welcome.
Thank you, Francesca. So great to be back.
Always a pleasure to have you on.
It totally is.
And you're always busy. You do the most amazing work. You always have 100 projects at once.
This is the good news and the bad news.
Right. And I love you for it. And so you're here tonight. We're going to talk about November 10th.
Yes.
And that's over at Feinstein's at Nikko.
Right.
I guess let's start at the beginning. What's happening? What have you been working on?
What is this thing?
Right.
This is a show, an Italian-themed show.
Okay.
Performed, the songs are performed in Italian and also in English. It depends on the song.
Okay.
And of course, I, as always do, I tell little stories that kind of create bridges between the song and the audience, so that everybody feels kind of comfortable with the material.
I
and
love that.
even if they don't speak Italian or understand Italian, they still can get the song.
And you take really the audience on such a journey. I love how you make those bridges and those connections.
Thank you so much. It's important, I think. I think it's important for people to be able to feel that they can get close to anything.
Right.
With the right bridge. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so we developed this show in collaboration with the Italian Cultural Center and performed it there just this past June. We had a terrific response. I was like knocked off from what something.
How fabulous.
And so we thought, wow, great. And Leah Garchik was so sweet to write about it. And I think that helped to pave the way for Feinstein's to open the door for this show, which I'm really delighted to be able to perform there.
Oh, how cool. And what, are you Italian?
Well, this is the big DNA question because, I've had my DNA analyzed 3 times.
Oh, wow.
By 3 different organizations.
Okay.
And
how interesting.
It's totally fascinating. I'm very interested in the origins of humanity and, the DNA and how we're all actually connected to each other, right?
Yeah.
It's the interconnectedness of everyone. And we think that there are differences between us, but really those are fairly superficial differences.
Yeah, right.
So, 3 DNA analyses, and everyone concludes that I am overwhelmingly Ashkenazi Jewish.
Oh, wow.
What a surprise.
Yeah, wow. Wow.
It's not a surprise. But, there have been Jews in Rome for 2,000 years.
Right.
So,
right.
That blood is in me. I know it's there. And
Sure,
I had
sure.
a lot of early childhood influences. I lived across the street from an Italian family. I tell stories like this in the show. So, I won't go into the deep story, but we had great neighbors across the street, and I hung out in their kitchen and grew up on their meatballs. How could I not turn out to be an Italo-phile?
Oh, I love that. Yeah. How fabulous.
So I kind of, have absorbed this music for my own, and many early also influences. Early now being a relative term. Back in New York, there's a huge Italian population. I'm from New York. And when I first moved out to San Francisco, I hung out at Cafe Trieste a lot. So,
it is in your blood, for sure.
It's totally in me. And then, of course, I lived in Italy for 5 years. So that's how I learned to speak Italian.
Fabulous.
And,
where in Italy did you live?
I lived first I lived just outside of Venice.
Oh, how nice.
In a little, sort of suburb called Mestre Venezia. And then after that, I moved to Verona.
Okay.
The Romeo and Juliet city, with the big Roman arena in the middle and all. And I worked with a theater company there for 4.5 years.
Is that what brought you to Italy? What brought you out there?
I think it was just this crazy love of Italianness.
Okay.
That brought me there. And then I found a way to, first, when I was in Mestre, I was teaching English as a second language.
Okay.
And
did you speak Italian when you went over?
I did, because I had studied Italian, and I thought I really was like good, But when I got to Venice and the area there, it was like I thought my ears were playing tricks on me, and because I thought, why don't I understand what they're saying? I would, I met some friends and, started going out and, little, aperitifs and stuff. And I discovered that they speak a dialect of Italian.
Oh, of
Venetian
course.
dialect.
Right.
And of course, then I came to understand that Italy is full of dialects.
Right.
And that my textbook Italian was good up to a certain point.
Right.
But so, and then living there, and then of course I met the guy who became my husband, and he was Venetian, so I had a Venetian mother-in-law, and at the end I came to understand Venetian dialect.
Okay.
And could even throw out a couple. I can even throw out a couple of phrases even today, usually epithets in Venetian dialect, and I get a great laugh. It's just because my Italian friends go, "Oh, look at this American, cursing in Venetian."
Oh, how cool! Wow.
And then after that, I worked with this theater company that I had found through the folks that I worked with in college. I was part of an international children's theater project in college.
Wow.
And when I was looking for, how could I get myself to Italy to do something that I would really love to do, I traced back the trail of breadcrumbs to my college professor, and she recommended me to someone who was part of the Italian Children's Theater Network, kind of a mover and shaker.
Okay.
At the time, I was in New York at the time. My day job was as a travel agent.
Okay. Wow. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine you as a travel
Money
agent.
in,
Wow.
vouchers out. Money in, vouchers out. It's just like, it's almost like any other job, except every once in a while you get on an airplane. And in those pre-9/11 days, it was quite easy to do that.
Right.
So I was able to go and meet this person and, get a bunch of phone numbers from him.
Oh, how cool.
And then I had the terrifying experience of making phone calls and attempting to explain who I was and why I was calling.
Wow.
In the Italian that I spoke at the time.
Wow. Oh, I'm sure it was very endearing. I'm sure they appreciated the effort. I'm sure you were as charming as could be.
The Italians are very good-spirited folks.
Sure.
Look at you. You're Italian, right?
I am Italian, and I'm a New Yorker.
And you're a New Yorker.
You're talking about all my people.
All your peeps are right there, where it's just like we're sisters, you and me. So I eventually made contact with someone who was interested in my trail of breadcrumbs, that if it led to him, then, he wanted to know how it could lead back to a tour in North America for his company.
Awesome.
And so it did.
Wow. Oh, I love this story. Wow.
Many details.
I'm sure.
Just stop me.
But it's wonderful and also serendipitous. I mean, it's we're promoting this on the 10th, but it all just is so meant to be. I mean,
I think so.
What a wonderful your lifetime has led to this.
Well,
this
yeah,
Thursday,
it really made a huge difference in my life, because I saw in working with that small theater company that I did not have to wait for someone to give me permission to perform.
Right.
And what else is an audition except, permission to be in a thing where you can perform.
Right.
At the time, I was doing the New York actor circuit, with the pictures and resumes. I was waiting tables, or at this point I was, working in a travel agency,
Sure.
but
Similar,
same thing,
yeah, right.
money in, vouchers out.
Right.
And I came to understand through this experience that I could make my own performance art.
Oh, that's so empowering.
It
How
was
beautiful.
super
Yes.
empowering, and it really made a huge change on the rest of my life.
And I hope young girls are listening.
You listen out there.
Yes.
Girls and boys.
It can be done.
Yeah.
Yes. Follow your dreams.
That's right.
Oh, how incredible. Wow. I mean, I'd love to see you now on November 10th up on the stage telling stories. It's all so personal.
It's very
How
personal.
powerful.
It's
Yeah.
very personal. And some of the stories I really haven't sort of come out with before this particular show. So, eventually they all reveal themselves.
Yeah. How do you keep yourself from getting too emotional?
It's very interesting that you asked that, because I just came from a rehearsal with my music director, and, we were just running down the whole show. He sang through the whole thing. And there's one particular song that is very in my mind, very specifically about my ex-husband, who's also my late ex-husband.
Okay.
And as I was rehearsing this song that I've sung a million times before, I got all verklempt, as they say in my language, and tears started rolling in my face. And, there you go. Sometimes it happens on stage. Sometimes it happens on stage. But the point is, and this is what I tell the, singers that I coach, the point is how you handle it, right? You don't let it stop you.
Right.
You don't, and if it stops you from singing, you just talk.
And
then the audience loves it.
Right.
It's okay.
Well, they're on this emotional journey with you.
Exactly.
There's probably not a dry eye in the house.
Why do they come if not to be moved?
Right.
Hence the name of your show.
Right, and here we are.
Do I move you?
Right.
That's the objective, right? To make human contact with the people who are so kind to come and buy a ticket and be there in the audience, to reveal yourself to them and to let them connect with you and thereby connect with each other.
I admire you so much for allowing yourself to be so vulnerable up on stage, because you are changing people's lives. For them to be able to see you and feel that emotion, feel your passion, they must leave empowered, inspired. So, you're touching so many people.
God, I sure hope so. That sounds great.
It's true. I've seen you in action. I can vouch for you. It's true. So we should hear some music.
All
On that note, so what have we queued up here?
So we have queued up a song by an Italian songwriter named Luigi Tenco.
Okay.
He's not much known in the United States, but he's very known in Italy. And I came to know of his songs while I was living there. This is his song called In Qualche Parte del Mondo, Somewhere in the World. And the lyrics are very kind of lush and beautiful. They paint a picture of a Mediterranean beach with a canopy of trees and the echo of faraway notes. And of course, there is where I want to be with you.
Oh, stunning. Yeah. And I have to say, this is off a beautiful album, Lua Hadar, It's About Time. And where can people find the album?
Everything is for sale on iTunes and on CD Baby.
Oh, good. So they can just put your name in a search, Lua, L-U-A, Hadar, H-A-D-A-R, and all of this will come up. And you do so many things, and you have so many beautiful albums. So I recommend it highly, dear listeners. Please support Lua.
Thank you.
But here you are, and the song is called
In Qualche Parte del Mondo. It's someplace in the world.
Right here on KPOO.
Qualche parte del mondo, una capanna tra gli alberi, sopra una piccola spiaggia, accarezzata dal mare. In qualche parte del mondo, là nel silenzio di un angolo, del vento. In qualche parte del mondo noi due soltanto tra gli alberi, là dove c'è una capanna presso la riva del mare.
Ah, stunning. The beautiful voice of Lua Hadar. Oh, I just love you.
I love you too, girl.
What a beautiful song. Who are the artists you play with on that track?
So this was recorded in 2005, and the pianist is my ever fabulous music director who still plays with me today and is performing with me on November 10th. That's Jason Martineau.
Okay.
The bassist on this recording, refreshing my mind. Oh,
Yeah,
yes, of course.
2005,
John
I didn't
Witala,
notice.
right. John Witala, he did a fabulous job. And Dave Rokich on the drums.
Okay.
Super sweet. Both of them fabulous musicians.
Stunning. So what can we expect? Tell us more about the 10th. So Feinstein's at Nikko's, a beautiful venue.
Yeah, it's really, I have to say, I think it's the snazziest venue in San Francisco.
It's stunning and
it's a
recently
really beautiful
renovated,
club.
recently sort of upgraded.
Absolutely, recently, and that was when Michael Feinstein, multi-platinum winner Michael Feinstein, decided that in addition to his New York club, he would also like a club in San Francisco.
Smart man.
So yeah, man, and he performs there every now and then.
Okay.
And they invite performers out of New York and from all over the country, and also, of course, local performers like myself. So it's a beautiful club. The stage is lovely. It's a big grand piano, and it
Beautiful.
seats about 140.
Oh, how nice.
So it's intimate.
Yeah, big
and-
enough, but
yes.
intimate. I love that size.
It's nice, you get a quorum there. It's really nice, and it's tiered so everybody can see.
Nice.
There are it's a great menu. They have nice food, and they open the room early so that if you want to come and have something to eat or sort of relax in the room before the show, there's the opportunity to do that. Of course, they have a
lovely.
full bar, all of our great California wines, all of that.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, it's a really lovely venue. And,
So you can come in, get settled, have some food, and then out comes Lua and the band.
Yes, the band. So I'm very excited because I have a wonderful trio that is playing with me, my band Twist.
I love Twist.
Jason Martineau is, of course, on the piano. He's music directing. We have Dan Feisley on the bass. And Kelly Park is playing drums.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah. Oh, they're fantastic musicians, and they play, all over town and all over the country and all over the world. Kelly has played far, far away, and he's also a pianist and arranger himself. So I really, admire tremendously the great connection between excellent musicians who can really communicate well with each
And
other.
you feel it live. I mean, when you're live watching you guys, you can feel the connection. You can feel the chemistry. I mean, you guys are just in tune. You just know you have fun.
Yes.
It feels fun. I want to go to your rehearsals. It's really.
Oh yeah, the rehearsals are a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
We love each other.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah.
You just sort of know it on the stage.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful. And you're all jamming. You're just doing your thing. It's really a fabulous
And
thing
also
to watch.
because there's such great expertise in the instrumentalists, they are so supportive to me. If I miss a this or I miss a that or I do that when I thought I was going to do this.
Yeah, sure.
It's seamless. They're right there. Jason lifts an eyebrow and they're right there,
Awesome.
So it's terrific to have a group like that backing you up.
Yeah.
It really frees me. I don't have to worry about anything that's happening in the band. I just need to, I have the opportunity to just, focus on the words and the contact with the audience and, the imagery that's in my head and just, really paint the picture for the audience.
Oh, I love it. I love it. How many songs do you perform that night? Like, what can people expect in terms of the motion?
Right. It's not one of those things where it's a long night with lots of different sets.
Okay.
This is instead in the form of a show.
Okay.
So it begins at 8 and it goes until, something like 9:15 with no intermission.
Okay.
And, in there's, a whole bunch of songs and a whole bunch of stories.
And Oh, how
And
fabulous.
I always love to mix up the styles of songs. So I'll do a ballad like the one we just heard and also, something that sounds like it came out of a 50s jukebox. In fact, there's
fun.
a lot of songs that came out of 50s jukeboxes. We always do rumbas and sambas, and we really love to mix it up.
Yeah, I was going to say that about Twist, because I think you have 3 or 4 different albums with them.
Yeah.
And there's such a variety. Some are really fast, some are slower, romantic, some are samba, it's just really fun.
I love to do that. It's
Yeah.
like we're a Putumayo CD, but we're the whole CD.
And you're live.
And we're live. We're live.
Right, right. Oh, just fabulous. So again, that's Thursday, November 10th, starting at 8 o'clock over at Feinstein's at the Hotel Nikko. That's 222 Mason Street in San Francisco. Go to their website, feinsteins@thenico.com, and they can get tickets there, or is it the second...
Either of those will lead to tickets.
Okay, good. So it's feinsteins@nico.com, or you can go to the second one. I think is probably a direct ticket link.
That's it.
tinyurl.com/Lua-Feinsteins. But it might be easier, Feinsteins@thenico.com. And, of course, just give them a call, 415-394-1188, 415-394-1188. We have to support our local independent artists, so please get out to the show. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, we're going to have so much fun.
It's so fun. I know it. And 140 seats. I feel like they leave like they're your best friend. These folks will really know you.
Oh, yeah.
And-
We bond, I
Yeah.
bond with the audience. And, some people come who know me and who are fans and who are on my mailing list or, whatever. But it's getting more and more so that in every show I do, maybe half the audience is brand new people.
Oh, how cool.
And I love to meet them after the show. And, we sign CDs and give away posters and stuff. So
fun.
It's a lot of fun. And it's really nice to reach out and make contact like that.
Yeah, and it's a fun date night. It's a fun, everyone should come out.
This is the perfect date night.
It is. It really is.
It really is.
Yeah, it really is. It's just
because there's a lot of romantic songs too, and a lot of fun songs.
Oh, good. Yeah, please, everyone, go on out Thursday, November 10th at 8 p.m. Hotel Nikko, Feinstein's at the Nikko, and see Lua. You're just wonderful. So what does the future hold? What's after November 10th?
Oh my God, I'm so excited about my new project.
Ooh, what is it? Yay!
I don't want to go into too much detail because it'd be too distracting to me. But I just came back from a trip to Eastern Europe.
Okay.
This is as a result of the 3 DNA tests.
How fabulous!
First, I went to my cousin's wedding, and then in Israel. Talk about your DNA. And then on the way back, I stopped in Warsaw and took trains and buses around to a few other places, just sort of searching for not specifically where, but just like wanting to stand where they stood.
Wow.
And
how powerful.
Oh, I'm so excited about this project. So on the next project, there's going to be original tunes and there's going to be arrangements of traditional songs.
Wow.
Out of some of these different countries.
How exciting.
Not limited to Eastern Europe. It's going to be a whole swath of
I can't wait.
Places. I'm super excited.
No pressure, but let's book our next radio date. Oh, how exciting.
Yeah,
I
the
can't
SF
wait.
International Arts Festival is interested in presenting it.
Awesome.
It won't be next year because, there's a long
You have to build it.
development time.
Right, of course.
First I have
of
to
course.
make it. Yeah.
Right. Oh, but how exciting. Keep us posted.
Oh, I certainly will.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Your wheels are always spinning. It's
the
always
wheels
very
are spinning.
exciting.
I thought after I produced my last project, which was 2012,
That was a live movie. I mean, didn't you
right.
make you produced
by
a film with
mistake,
your
I
album.
became a movie producer, right?
Right,
Like
right.
a bridge. And finally, and this Feinstein show is in celebration of this event because it's quite recent, we finally have gotten Like a Bridge on iTunes and Google Play
Oh, great.
as a download that people can buy.
Awesome.
So we're so thrilled about that. And, we're really, really celebrating that. That was like, I would not let go of that
Good for
project
you.
until I got it up there.
Good.
And we didn't have to go through, don't ask me that question. So having done that, I feel like, and with this show, it's kind of bringing closure to the Bridges project and begins to open this new project, which is called
Perfect.
sort of working title Voyager at this point.
Okay.
Not that will be the title of the CD, but it's the Voyager project.
Okay.
So I've begun a little website on that and done a little blogging while I was away traveling.
Oh, fabulous. Well, I'll have to check it out.
So it was a lot of fun.
How do people find the blogs?
If you went Lua Hadar Voyager,
Okay.
I think it would come up.
Okay. Oh, good.
Lua Hadar Voyager.
Easy.
Yeah. And the
Easy.
blog is called Nomad Notes, but it's easier to remember
Okay.
Lua Hadar Voyager, I think.
Oh, I love it. Well, let's go out tonight with a track from Like a Bridge as we're talking about it.
Okay.
So what have we queued up here?
All right. So here is an arrangement that was created by Jason Martineau.
Okay.
And it started like this. There's a elderly gentleman in San Francisco who's a great rare sheet music collector and a dear friend. And his name is Bob Johnson. And he has frequently been known to send unsolicited music to folks like myself with a little note about how he thinks we should sing it.
Oh, I love him. Good for him.
Or that it's something that to check out.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I love that.
not every tune works out, but in this particular case, he sent me the love theme from Fellini's La Strada.
Okay.
And this love theme was written by Nino Rota,
Okay.
famous Italian composer, especially of the La Dolce Vita era, which is, the focus of the show. And we played through this tune, and I said to Jason, does this say something to you? Is this suggesting something to you musically? And this arrangement is the result.
Wow. Oh, I love it. I love it. Lua,
The
you're
title
the
is,
best.
oh, you are the best. The title is Stregata dall'amor, Bewitched by Love.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. I look forward to our next date.
Thank you so much, Francesca. It's always a joy to see you.
Always. You're the best. Definitely support Lua. Lua Hadar. Just put her name in any search in the computer. All of this magic comes up. Albums, the films she made, these shows that she worked. Just amazing. Amazing. All of her live performances. Lua Hadar, Luahadar. And here she is off the album Bridge Over Troubled Water. Here is
Off the album Like a Bridge.
Like a Bridge. Oops, sorry. Like a Bridge.
Which comes from Bridge Over Troubled Water, and it is on that CD. And the song is called Stregata dall'amor, Bewitched by Love.
Che amar non sai, tu che amar non puoi, sei stregata dall'amor. Son quest'occhi tuoi freddi più che mai, ma che febbre nel tuo cuor. te, ma per me tu non sei che ogni stella.
This is Judah, listen to Francesca.